Behind players, move quickly. Thank you. Third set.
Terzo set dunque tra Richard Krajicek e Stefan Edberg, un set pari. Mentre Edberg nervosamente prova a vuoto il movimento della volée di rovescio che lo ha tradito, il suo colpo più sicuro. Ne ha sbagliate due, in due punti importantissimi. Set point a suo favore e poi set point per l'avversario.
Bisogna anche ricordare che Krajicek aveva già avuto la possibilità di chiudere il set.
A 5-4.
Ha avuto un set point, peraltro procuratosi per un doppio fallo di Edberg, quindi insomma in qualche modo sempre lo svedese responsabile.
15-0. Va ancora ricordato che Krajicek ha vinto le due precedenti sfide con Edberg, quindi è in vantaggio 2-0 nei confronti diretti, che vuol dire che ha le armi per opporsi al gioco dello svedese.
Per la verità non l'ha mai incontrato nei momenti della stagione dove Edberg stava esprimendo il miglior tennis. L'anno scorso, nell'estate, prima dell'Open degli Stati Uniti, Edberg ha giocato non al suo livello, come sta facendo in questa stagione del resto.
15 pari, Edberg che non riesce ad essere pronto con la volée di dritto.
Stefan Edberg, and you saw a rare display of frustration at the end of that set from Stefan. He slammed the ball into the net and then walked over and kind of threw his towel down, and that is, as we said, a real tantrum for Stefan. 30-15, because he knows how dangerous Krajicek is.
He's never beaten the guy.
And that was the first set that Edberg has lost at the 1992 U.S. Open. Oh, that's wide. It's good seeing Jeff Filippi in the truck there. Hair always looks exactly the way it should. Running a well-oiled machine down there. Jeff, one of the more organized people you'll ever meet, and that is a valuable asset with 90 hours of coverage. What is going on with Edberg's serve, Lee? Why do you think he's struggling so much?
Well, I think he's trying to get into the net, and the toss is dropping, so his serve is coming down into the net.
That time, the pace from Krajicek just too much.
What's also significant there is that Edberg stayed back on that serve and came in on the approach shot. And that's a sign that maybe Krajicek's returns are putting pressure on Edberg. So he feels he needs to do something special each time he comes into the net on his serve.
That's long. So we start out set number 3. Stefan Edberg holds. Back to the Open in a moment. Just even things in a tiebreak against Stefan Edberg. Krajicek saving 2 set points.
Krajicek's 6th double fault.
as the day has heated up considerably since the sun came out. It started humid anyway. Now it's just hot. Done by Edberg. And Lee, you mentioned it at the top of the show that the experience in the Grand Slam format might turn out to be a key for Edberg if it went to 5 sets, obviously. As we've mentioned before, Edberg has really struggled against this 20-year-old big server, 6'4". 35 career singles titles. Edberg won a couple of weeks ago in New Haven. Just before the Open started, was upset in the semifinals at the Hamlet by Peter Korda. Edberg played well in that match. Just that Korda was really on his game. Devastated Lindell in the final, 2-2. That's why the difference is that Edberg and Lindell are still here. Korda is out. Break opportunities for Krajicek. This is really one of the intangibles we talked about at the opening. Edberg, knowing he's given away that set practically, gets right back on top early with the break. And did we see a little bit of a letdown, you think, emotionally from Krajicek?
I think so. I think Krajicek, knowing he got that set really by sheer poor play from Edberg, really than winning it. But
he'll take it. Because he hasn't been able to really take advantage. We saw all those break opportunities. Had one in the first set, one in the second set, and then both times allowed Edberg to break right back. And that was an ill-advised shot, even if it had been in. Love.
$40. Perfetta la volée di rovescio di Stefan Edberg, 3-0 in suo favore nel terzo set, un set pari.
E continuiamo questa partita che finora è una partita mi pare deliziosa per quanto visto io, con Stefan Edberg in vantaggio per 3-0 nel terzo set, un set pari e 2 ore e 15 di gioco, e Krajicek che batte.
Edberg ha avuto una bella reazione in questo terzo set dopo quello che gli era capitato nel secondo, quando si era un po' mangiato il tie break.
Sì, però il bambinone Krajicek aveva alle spalle una quantità anche lui di occasioni mancate. Insomma, è una partita difficile da leggere, perché Krajicek nel primo set ha avuto 4 palle per il 5-3 non realizzate, poi nel secondo set è stato 4-2, poi ha avuto un set point, e quindi insomma dire che abbia perso grandi occasioni Edberg è vero, ma ne ha perse altrettante e forse più il suo avversario. Comunque adesso siamo qui ancora con una partita non risolta e con un Edberg che, come dicevi tu, però reagisce bene a quei 2 set point mancati nel tie break del secondo set.
Sì, 2 volée sbagliate nei set point e poi una volée anche sul punto decisivo del set, roba non da Edberg.
15-30.
15-30 con Krajicek al servizio. È un ace per Richard Krajicek, è l'ace numero 5 per lui nella partita. 30 pari.
Lusso.
E beh, questo è il colpo migliore di Edberg, sollecitato dall'attacco di Krajicek. Riguardiamolo. Arriva sempre talmente bene con le gambe che riesce a fare tutto.
Sì, io sono del parere che lui giochi ancora meglio, se possibile, cioè con maggior continuità in lungolinea di rovescio, però insomma è un'opinione sulla quale potremo passare la sera a discutere al bar.
E Krajicek annulla questa palla break. 40 pari.
Ieri sera proprio al bar per sbaglio ho trovato il capo allenatore degli olandesi, Stan Frank, col quale ho qualche dimestichezza, e mi ha detto: secondo me finalmente domani è la volta buona, perché il bambinone è allenatissimo, in gran forma. Ah, qua c'è un overrule,
Un overrule.
Sultan Ganji.
Sultan Ganji, eccolo qua inquadrato.
E Ridacchia, anche simpatico, di Zanzibar, mi pare, no? Che sia.
Sì. È stato molto pronto, quindi vantaggio Krajicek. Dicevi, Gianni, del parere di Stan Frank?
Dicevo, Stan Frank diceva: ormai ci siamo, probabilmente domani ci arriva, perché è molto vicino. In realtà non c'è dubbio che sia molto vicino, il punteggio di questa partita e l'altalena dei games lo confermano.
Krajicek tiene questo servizio dopo aver annullata una palla break. 3-1 per Stefan Edberg.
You forget about the linesmen and women who are out here for the whole match. It's tough on them on a hot day.
Oh, that is just barely out. Well, to keep the linesmen fresh, they will change them every 45 minutes to an hour. So you get a new shift or a new crew of linesmen on.
Tony Picard.
Former English Davis Cup player. Valuable tennis experience that he shares with this man.
That is the 8th double fault for Stefan Edberg.
It's remarkable that he does have that many double faults, because generally his serve is such that it clears the net by a number of feet if he hits it right. So for him to be hitting the ball in the bottom of the net, something is dramatically wrong.
You'd almost expect that from Krajicek, but not Edberg. Wisely letting that one go. 30-15.
Ooh, and that didn't miss by much.
No. 2 out of the last 3 have been a little closer than Stefan probably thought they'd be. 40-15. Edberg in set number 3. Stefan Edberg winning the first set 6-4. Krajicek taking the second set in a tiebreak. And Edberg with things well in hand now at 4-1, set number 3. Winners and unforced errors, and that's about right. You want it to be 2-1. Figure both players playing pretty well, although both struggling with their serves. all. Forget Todd Martin on Saturday night. Had to go to 5 sets. And of course Courier looking forward to that battle really coming up that you can see on USA against Andre Agassi. Those two players playing extremely well. Could be that the winner of the Open comes out of that match. Krajicek now serving 1-4 in the third, 40-30. Krajicek holds, but he's still down a break.
This year's Open is similar to last year's in that the attention really is off Stefan Edberg. Last year it was Connors and Courier, and this year again it's Courier, Sampras, and Agassi on the top half of the draw that is attracting the most attention. Stefan Edberg is cruising comfortably down in the lower half.
There is the draw, the bottom half of the draw. Julio Sanchez unseeded in there. Top half, the unseeded player to make it to the quarters, Alexander Volkov. Washington and Chang, you'll be able to see that tonight. Stefan kind of fortunate because he didn't get much pace on that overhead. Krajicek able to return it, but too deep. now, as we near the end of the third set, each point on Edberg's serve becomes significant for Richard Krajicek. Net court for Edberg. He holds his serve. When we come back, Krajicek serving to stay in the set.
5-2 per Stefan Edberg nel terzo set. Vediamo percentuali sugli approcci a rete. Un pochino più efficace Edberg, che è venuto più volte, ciò nonostante una percentuale migliore, però questo non è tanto sorprendente, perché Edberg sia uno dei giocatori migliori del mondo a rete, lo è in assoluto. Per esempio questa volée è frutto di un cattivo piegamento, o di un mancato addirittura piegamento delle ginocchia da parte di Krajicek, che alto com'è fa fatica, si vede, a chinarsi. 0-15.
15 all. 20-year-old Richard Krajicek serving to extend this set. Shown flashes of brilliance today against Stefan Edberg. Edberg has been very steady in that serve, 108 miles an hour, and just tipped the racket of Stefan Edberg. 30-15.
Well, this would have been the circus shot of the day.
Correct that. I think of the decade.
Almost had it, obviously wrong-footed.
Wrong-bodied, I think, on that. Good effort to get back to the ball. Clearly fooled by Krajicek. 40-15. Oh, great hands. 40-30.
Edberg really picking up his service play. In fact, he's only lost 3 points on his serve this set. So he has reestablished himself firmly out in front. In fact, he lost 4 points of serve in the tiebreaker. So Edberg again using that intangible, his experience, to get back on top.
Deuce. Krajicek still struggling, under 50%. Ganji doesn't overrule.
You hate to miss an opportunity on your best shot like that. He always seems to be in position. See how he gets down? just in the tape.
That fault up there at 122 miles an hour. Krajicek gets into tough situations, tries to pull back the big serve. Oh.
Game Krajicek.
Nice off the ground.
Edberg leads 5-3.
But now Stefan Edberg with a chance to win the set on his racket.
Well, obviously a big game for Edberg as we take a look at that big forehand. Krajicek electing to stay back on his serve, and we can take a look and see which Stefan Edberg shows up, the one that gave away the tiebreaker or the one that has established this winning position right now.
Stefan with this, for him, an outburst of emotion throughout this match. He's unable to shake the pesky Richard Krajicek. If you call a serve of 125 miles an hour pesky, 15 all. Stefan Edberg has made the final once here, and that was last year. He won it. Five Grand Slam titles for Edberg. The only one he hasn't won is at Roland Garros. So he did make the final against Michael Chang, 1989. 15-30. Krajicek playing in only his second U.S. Open. Last year had that great match against Ivan Lendl, up 2 sets, had a couple of match points, but then he lost 6-love in the 5th. But again, this is Krajicek's second year full-time on the tour. Really just coming into his own. Could be a factor here for a long time. Stefan leaning the wrong way.
30-40.
And this is a huge point.
Krajicek coming up with some good stuff here. Look at this inside-out return down at the feet. And it sets up the forehand passer. Notice how he sets up. Good preparation. That usually leads to good results.
Edberg saves the break point.
Cheers.
down a break point and now has a set point. Wave of the fist to Tony Picard. Edberg wins the third set, 6-3. Krajicek has managed to accomplish something that no one else has here at the 1992 U.S. Open, and that is win a set from Stefan Edberg. But Edberg coming right back, as you see, in that third set, winning 6-3. Now leads 2-1, and Edberg asks Krajicek to hold up as people are still finding their seats. A late arriving crowd. People continuing to filter in now near 2 o'clock here on the East Coast. Krajicek serving to start set number 4.
You can see from that flag flying on top of the stadium that the wind is blowing pretty hard. The wind down on this court swirls around a bit, so it can be unpredictable.
That finds a line. And in the 4 games where Krajicek has been broken, his first serves just 35%. And that is a huge statistic. Late call, but no argument from Krajicek. Now Edberg slowly taking control of the match and threatening to pour it on down the stretch. Tony Picard, Stefan gave him the little fist pump at the end of that third set. Krajicek only 2 of 13. Krajicek saves one there.
And you can see the frustration really setting in. That was a point that he won, and he was still shaking his head about it. He's just not happy with his level of play, but, you know, he's not out of this match. He's just got to pick it up and get going. Look at it positively. Hey, I can improve my play. Did not miss by much.
13-14.
So Krajicek saves 2 break points, 1 remaining.
How close was it? That close.
Yes.
112 miles an hour on the IBM speed gun, ace number 7. And we are at deuce. That time Edberg, the one unable to take advantage. Krajicek has been unable to live with prosperity in this match. 2 times he's gone up a break, 2 times he's given the break right back. The backhand is too good. Krajicek at the net.
Advantage Edberg.
Well, anytime Edberg gets the ball in the middle of the court on his backhand, you're in trouble. You can see he executes so well on that backhand side.
Break point number 4 in this game.
Yes.
Both players seem to be struggling to find a rhythm throughout this match, taking a lot of time between points. Neither has been serving especially well. Krajicek has already cranked one up 125 miles an hour. Same guy who served 132 miles an hour in February at Indian Wells.
Coaches will tell you about recognition. You want to recognize when your opponent's in trouble and move forward. This is something Edberg does so well. Look at the recognition. He realizes his opponent's stretched out. He moves forward and takes the ball early. Good cover by Krajicek on this volley. Just too good from Edberg.
And again, Krajicek faces down the break point. Points at the net.
That's definitely not an Ivan Lendl statistic. 101 trips to net. These guys have been winning and losing the match at the net.
And that time the Heat froze Stefan. Pops it back in the air 119 miles an hour. Krajicek determined not to go down a break here in the 4th set, and he continues to battle.
1-0 per l'olandese Richard Krajicek nei confronti di Stefan Edberg, che dopo aver vinto il terzo set ed essere quindi passato in vantaggio per 2-7-1 ha avuto ben 5 opportunità per strappare in apertura il quarto set il servizio all'olandese. Sono state 5 opportunità che non è riuscito a sfruttare perché è stato molto bravo Krajicek, ha servito sempre bene in quelle 5 occasioni. Pensate, il quarto set, il terzo set è stato deciso da un solo break, un break che Krajicek aveva subito all'inizio della partita, al secondo gioco.
15 love.
(15-0). Parlavamo prima del servizio di Krajicek che è stato cronometrato a 208 km/h, il più veloce in assoluto del torneo finora. Bene, tanto fuori la risposta di Krajicek. Edberg non figura fra i primi 20 servizi come velocità.
Sì, ma il fatto è che insomma la velocità sì, è un dato importante, ma poi c'è tutto il resto, insomma, sono le rotazioni di palla, il piazzamento. Insomma. Se Dio vuole non si tratta solo di velocità, se no sarebbe il lancio del giallotto, non la battuta del gioco del tennis.
Fortissimi i tennisti finlandesi. grande tradizione nel giavellotto. Tutto bene questa volta Krajicek a rete, 30-15. Ecco qua che lo rivediamo. Beh, che razza di diritto che ha sparato. 30 pari. In corsa è sembrato prendere la mira e caricare l'archibusio, ha tirato un dritto spaventoso.
Ha tirato una botta all'Andrea Agassi, ma ancora più penetrante, era meno liftata.
Questa volta ha cercato di sfondare Edberg, metterlo KO. 40-30.
Sì, aveva la palla, l'ultima botta che ha tirato era la palla troppo bassa, però d'altro canto era in corsa, non poteva bloccarsi, non poteva fare niente di diverso.
Perché correndo lateralmente riesce a sbracciare e a tirare forte, correndo in avanti è più difficile. Uno pari, questo quarto set.
Stiamo veleggiando verso le 3 ore di partita. Adesso c'è un sole che non è però insopportabile. Non c'è il clima atroce di altri anni qua a Flushing Meadow, è ben ventilato.
Comunque 3 ore si sentono sul cemento, che è una superficie che fa più
certo,
male alle gambe.
Difatti poi senza dubbio la qualità di gioco è stata più alta nei primi 2 set. Non che non sia più un buon match, ma all'inizio era spesso incantevole.
E ora insieme alla tecnica avrà peso sia la tenuta atletica che l'esperienza.
Cosa vorrebbe dire? Che vince Edberg?
Ma per tenuta secondo me Edberg è favorito, e non solo perché sta avanti 2-7-1. Bisogna pensare in fondo che per Krajicek sta giocando qui il suo 6º torneo dello Slam, ne ha giocati solo 6, mentre Edberg ha una serie incredibile, ne ha giocati 38 consecutivi dal primo che ha fatto, non è mai stato male, non ne ha mai saltato uno.
Si è infortunato durante una volta all'Australian Open, però 36 ne ha giocati. 38. Ecco, certe volte quando pianta le suole per terra non riesce più a muovere poi i piedoni Krajicek. Questa volta ha sbagliato proprio perché è rimasto lì, ha fatto 2 colpi inchiodato allo stesso posto.
Good look there at Stefan Edberg, shown a lot of emotion during this match, which is now approaching 3 hours in duration. That's not going to make it. And Edberg, after cruising through the first 3 rounds, straight sets wins over Luis Matar, Jacob Lasik, and Jonas Svensson. He's dropped his first set of the Open this year to that man, Richard Krajicek, the 15th seed.
14.
The 8th ace, Krajicek, who now leads in the battle of aces, just passing Guy Forget. Krajicek number 2 on the men's tour behind Goran Ivanisevic. Richard Krajicek and Stefan Edberg. That's the story. And Leaf, let's take a look at the Nike match summary.
Well, Edberg really has got his service games going now, and it's been a significant part of his comeback and reestablishing his domination. But the 8 double faults, mostly in the first 2 sets, really. Look at that last one. Only 6 points lost on serve in the 3rd set.
Stefan Edberg up 2 sets to 1.
And Edberg had some chances in this set on Krajicek's serve, but has not capitalized. But kudos to Krajicek. He has hung tough. He has struggled also, but he is hanging in there.
They've been playing for 3 hours. That's a fault. So Edberg has not had the kind of career that he's been able to have, missing on 5 break opportunities as he did in the first game of this set. Meanwhile, they are underway over in the grandstand. That's the story. Wayne Ferreira, the 12th seed, and Emilio Sanchez, the entire Sanchez family, going through a traumatic day. And that match between the 2 brothers. Their mother couldn't even stay and watch. So much tension. Of course, we've got a similar situation coming up on the ladies' side. Manuela and Maggie Maleva. Oh, classic Edberg volley. But Krajicek able to stay with it.
Again, when Krajicek gets a ball in the middle of the court, he's going to use his forehand where he can. You see him back off it.
30 all.
Krajicek knows that was a missed opportunity. He had a ball in the middle of the court. And that's the type of ball where going right at the net man can be better than hitting it to the sidelines.
Oh, he knew right away. Call. Edberg stares it down, but that is the 10th double fault. And again, Sultan Ganji gets the look from the court, but refuses to overrule, and I think he was correct. Deuce. Very close. And I don't think Krajicek is protesting because I think he was unsighted by Edberg. But he just felt that it was good. And how often do you see Edberg with this many double faults and this many missed opportunities. 5 break points in the first game of this set. Oh, the big serve. 104 miles an hour. And we're at 2-all. You're just joining us. As you look there at former Annette Olson, now Annette Edberg. Just joining us, Stefan Edberg has dropped a set for the first time in this Open and has really struggled with the 15th seed Richard Krajicek. For the more consistent players in professional tennis in the last decade. Oh, what was that?
Well, that one looked like it might have gotten lost. He might have lost it in the crowd behind Edberg, because that one drew only frame.
That is the 7th double fault for Krajicek, but again, you expect it from Krajicek because he does live by the serve, but not Edberg. And 15-30. Wayne Ferreira pulling away now in the first set against Emilio Sanchez, up 2 breaks at 4-1.
Edberg's serve has let him down today. His backhand has not. This is a good deep volley. And look what Edberg creates. Backhand drive, low and diving away.
And that time, Edberg doesn't let it get away. Stefan Edberg up a break now at 3-2 in the 4th set. Back to the Open on USA in just a moment. In the 4th set, leading 2 sets to 1.
Point of the game again is so crucial. When you get out of the blocks, you really want to get that first point, get ahead, because now you establish in Krajicek's mind the chance that he can break back.
Edberg looking into the sun, which has brightened considerably here in the last hour and a half. Double fault. High number of double faults, but Edberg has held his serve 10 straight times. The last thing Edberg wants to do is let Krajicek back in this set. Been tough enough. And now, triple break point. You saw Krajicek kind of wave to apologize. chance for Krajicek. Obviously the biggest moment of the match for Richard Krajicek.
Edberg just cannot believe what's happened now. He's let Krajicek back into this set. Played such a good game to break, and it's a shame that he gave away that game like that.
So we're back on serve.
Break contro break. 3 pari, tutto da rifare.
E questo non sarà facilissimo da assimilare, da digerire per Edberg, perché è un game perso in buona parte per colpa.
Sì, un doppio fallo, 2 volley sbagliate.
Sì, quando ormai sembrava che la partita si fosse praticamente risolta in suo favore, 2-7-1, un break di vantaggio e segni di fatica da parte di Krajicek.
Beh, questo rovescio è da manuale. 0-15, si diceva Gianni prima che Edberg di solito,
ecco che ce lo fanno rivedere perché lo merita.
Gioca molto bene il rovescio lungolinea, ma ne ha fatti 3 o 4 in questo set incrociati straordinari. Probabilmente Edberg gioca più spesso e più volentieri il rovescio incrociato perché sulla volée di dritto Krajicek si allunga meglio. 15 pari. Si tuffa meglio a destra che non a sinistra l'olandese. Fuori il pallonetto di Edberg, 30-15. A 118 migliorare questo servizio. 40-15. L'ace numero 10 per Krajicek.
Quasi 190 km Ubaldo. Ho fatto il calcolo con la macchinetta, mica male.
Poi questo che non è passato l'aveva tirato a 124 miglia, quindi insomma siamo sempre lì intorno ai 200 km/h. Fuori e Krajicek conduce così 4-3 nel quarto set. 4-3 per Richard Krajicek nel quarto set. Sono stati 2 break in questo set, break e contro break al quinto e al sesto gioco. Adesso serve Edberg.
Sì, un match che sembrava praticamente risolto, perché Krajicek dava segni di affaticamento, era indietro un break, oltre che essere indietro ad un set. Si sa che non è un grande corridore.
E poi nel terzo set era bastato appunto un solo break perché Edberg lo portasse a casa. (15-0). Pari. Krajicek ha fatto indubbiamente progressi anche sul rovescio, proprio sul quale ha lavorato molto. L'anno scorso in Australia, quando giocava.
Sì, l'unica riserva sono la resistenza atletica, i movimenti minimi coi piedi, perché gioca un buonissimo tennis. Ecco qui a conferma quello che dicevi, gioca bene anche di rovescio adesso.
15-30, lo scorso anno lo vedemmo contro Cristiano Caratti, preso spesso in velocità all'Open d'Australia. Purtroppo quello è stato anche uno degli ultimi tornei giocati bene da Cristiano, che ha proseguito bene ancora fino all'inverno.
Ha avuto 3 mesi di malattia e poi una ricaduta, insomma, quindi la vicenda di Caratti è una vicenda che necessita pazienza.
Soprattutto da parte sua.
Sì, sì, certo, non sicuramente da parte nostra.
Beh, vedete che cosa succede se Edberg non serve abbastanza forte.
Look out, folks. We may be going to a fifth set. Double break point here. Chance for Krajicek to win the fourth set on his racket. Stefan saves the first. Escapes 2 set points,
well,
or 2 break points rather, excuse me.
That volley really won it for him. Beautiful backhand volley. When he's in trouble, he seems to just be picking up the volume that much more. His level of play really picks up. Serve from Edberg, very deep in the box and very close to the line. .78 miles an hour. That one had a lot of high bouncing spin on it, so it didn't have the pace of some of his other serves. Richard Krajicek using some of Stefan Edberg's tactics, that chip down low, really forcing Edberg to get down to that ball. You really have to make up your mind what you're going to do with the return. Are you going to hit out with it, or are you going to set up your next shot with something low and soft? Just like a good server who has a game plan about where he's going to serve, the return server has to make up his mind what he's going to do. Krajicek runs around the forehand and creates this opportunity. He makes no mistake there.
Break point number 3. So 20-year-old Richard Krajicek. 5-3. And now serving for the 4th set.
Well, this kid is really hung tough, and if he can come through and win this set, he is a deserving young man. He's fought hard. He hasn't played his best tennis, but he has hung in there and he hasn't quit. I think that says a lot for how much he's matured as a player from last year when he let that match against Lendl slip away.
Breeze picking up a little bit. Edberg will go back over at his chair.
I'm not sure if he popped a string there or not, but I'm sure he's grabbing one that's a little bit tighter.
Tony Picard, he's happy to see the breeze. Richard Krajicek just 2 points away from taking us to a 5th set. Krajicek has already had one 5-setter. Gabriel Marcus, 2nd round. Krajicek with the double fault. The 8th double fault for Richard Krajicek.
You can see his head drops down just as he hit it, and that brings the ball down. You have to keep your head up.
We're going to a 5th set. Stefan Edberg, the defending champion, and 20-year-old Richard Krajicek. Both players with plenty of opportunities this afternoon. Neither able to put the other away. So after almost 3.5 hours, we are all even, 2 sets apiece. The winner here will play the winner of the Boris Becker-Yvonne Lindell match, and that is up 3rd here on the stadium. The career 5-set records for both men. Edberg 2-2 in 5-set matches this year.
Another loose volley from Edberg.
And it was a 5-set match where Edberg was eliminated the last Grand Slam, Wimbledon, losing 6-3 in the 5th to Goran Ivanisevic. This time it's another big server in Richard Krajicek. The difference is that Ivanisevic had the serve going. Krajicek is struggling with his first serve.
Krajicek is so dangerous on a second serve. He gets a good swing at it. And it's easy for him to take chances when he's holding his serve like he has been of late. He can really go for it on his returns. It paid off there.
Of course, Krajicek lost a year ago in the first round, a 5-setter to Yvonne Lindell. Last time Edberg had a 5-setter here in the Open was '88 against Aaron Krickstein. Lost that 7-5 in the 5th. Suddenly, Krajicek looking very confident. Something that Tony Picard does not want to see. Krajicek, 18 break opportunities, and Edberg with 16. 12 double faults, and Richard Krajicek is up a break in the 5th. Richard Krajicek, first service game for Krajicek in the 5th set, 108 miles an hour on the IBM speed gun, his 11th ace. And suddenly Edberg, sensing that this is starting to get away from him. Krajicek up a break. So important to stay focused here. First 2 sets, Krajicek allowed Edberg to break right back, but he has won 5 straight games. Very deep second serve.
Great second serve, and the only thing more valuable than a first serve is your second serve. You keep it deep in the box like that, you keep your opponent from really being aggressive. This is a tough volley from down low in the middle of the court. It might be his best volley of the day. He's really raising the ante. Look at that volley deep in the corner. I don't think Edberg expected to see that one come back. And Annette Olsen, Edberg, obviously concerned.
Krajicek should have let that one go. But not wanting to take any chances. Too much pace, though, from Edberg. 40-30. That did not miss by much. Still a smart decision from Krajicek.
See Krajicek changing rackets. Looking for something with a little better feel for him. With the new balls in play, this should be to Krajicek's advantage. Those new balls really fly through the air quickly. So it should be an advantage on his serve. Krajicek can really do no wrong. That forehand, big up the line.
Crowd really getting into it. What has developed into an excellent match.
Just a little net cord there. It's through Edberg's volley off. Good service return. Right there. Ticks the net. Skips over Edberg's racket. He's sorry, but he's not sorry.
15-30.
Dropped in, Edberg would have been in serious trouble.
Richard Krajicek has been like the Wile E. Coyote in this match. He's had the anvil dropped on him several times, but still alive, and now up a break in the fifth. Been able to finish that point off, Edberg would have been disgusted with himself because he could have done better with the volley. Meanwhile, they've gone to the second set over on the grandstand. Wayne Ferreira up a break now, serving at 3-2 in the second set. but he's still down a break in the fifth.
Krajicek leads 2-1, final set.
Perhaps an upset in the making. Stefan Edberg, the number 2 seed, the defending champion, is down a break in the fifth set to Richard Krajicek, although, I don't know, upset maybe, as Krajicek has won both their previous meetings. But this is the U.S. Open.
We noticed on that changeover, Edberg really going through his rackets and trying to find one with the right tension. He's struggling out there, and he's trying to find something different, find something that's really going to help turn it around here for him.
Every point on Krajicek's serve important for Edberg. The prize for the winner here, get to play either Boris Becker or Yvonne Lendl.
Stefan Edberg hanging tough now. He played such a good third set to go up 2 sets to 1, and he looked to be in command.
This has been a match with plenty of momentum shifts. That time Edberg gets the favorable net cord, but Krajicek right there. And we go to 30 all.
Again, this net cord works a little bit in Krajicek's favor, gives him a little time to set up, drive the forehand.
Oh, and that time a great return of serve from Edberg. Krajicek doesn't bring the heat. Previous serve was 119 miles an hour. That one was under 100. We're at the National Tennis Center. There's the defending champion, but all he can handle today from Richard Krajicek. Still to come, Mary Jo Fernandez and Gabriela Sabatini. And then Boris Becker and Yvonne Lendl. Big day of tennis here on USA. Good to have you with us. The heat down the center. Ace number 12.
This one he really cracks. Big ace to pull even at deuce. This is the kind of pressure Edberg needs to apply. He's got to make Krajicek hit a lot of volleys. And in this situation, he's got to do his best just to get the ball back any way he can. Krajicek's going to be coming big.
No argument from Krajicek.
Well, that first volley was just too good. A testing return of serve. Krajicek was up to the task.
Krajicek knows. Oh, he absolutely knows he should have put that away. Another break point for Edberg. Oh, and that serve 124 miles an hour and just out. And once again, a strong second serve from Krajicek, and we're back at deuce.
That second serve is as big as many players' first serve. And what a time to come up with a second serve as aggressive as that one.
Serve of the 1992 U.S. Open.
There's a lesson in futility.
And what else can you do? Ninth double fault. And break point number 4. Stefan Edberg break back. And this is the 5th deuce in a crucial game. Who will be the first to crack?
This backhand return is driven hard, but look at this volley. Out of nowhere with angle and pace. The best of the day for Richard Krajicek. He's pulling out his best tennis when he needs it.
Krajicek wills himself to hang on to his serve.
Krajicek leads 3-1.
1 in the 5th. And you start to sense that this is Krajicek's match to lose now. Krajicek at age 20, the youngest player remaining in the men's draw, and the highest seed at 15. Clipped the top of the net court. First serve. And how much did that last game take out of Richard Krajicek? Edberg, with the experience, knows how to keep the pressure on. But Krajicek playing in only his second U.S. Open, far less experience.
It's been a big shot for Krajicek all day.
14-13.
He's not afraid to hit out on these second service returns. Straight down the line.
Set at the U.S. Open. Back in a moment. Went to 5 sets here at the Open. It was 1988, the 4th round, losing there to Aaron Krickstein. Of course, the big upset 2 years ago, losing in the first round to Alexander Volkov. In fact, last year was Edberg's only U.S. Open final. And he is down a break now in the 5th set at 3-2, and yet another big game.
Has to be careful. Edberg's going to create his opportunities. And again, winning that first point is a signal, hey, I'm in this game now. Krajicek really has to concentrate on getting that first serve in, getting good deep volleys. Chance there. It's hard to tell from where we are, Bill, but that ball looked like it may have gone long. Edberg taking it on the fly at midcourt. Edberg with a quick glance over at Tony Picard.
Pretty full house on a sun-drenched day here at the National Tennis Center. 30-15. Match nearing the 4-hour mark. Oh, yeah. Edberg gets the net cord. All. Krajicek, perhaps his mind wandering a bit to a year ago, 2 match points against Ivan Lendl. Up a break now against the defending champion. That's long, but Krajicek had the right idea. And suddenly, Stefan Edberg a chance to break back and even things at 3 games apiece. Break points won and numerous chances.
All Stefan Edberg can do here is get the ball back into play. Good enough. Great reaction. And how much does that mean to him?
So we are back on serve. 3-all in the 5th.
You can hear Edberg now trying to get himself going. Not only is it the 7th game of the set, a swing game, but Edberg really needs to consolidate that break back now. Put the pressure squarely back on Krajicek.
Rejuvenated after the service break. Here's the story over in the grandstand. Wayne Ferreira taking the 2nd set, 6-4, up 2 sets now. And Edberg is too good. We're on serve, the 5th set at the Open. Welcome back to the U.S. Open on USA, and we've been joined by the man to my left, John McEnroe. Good to have you with us. Meanwhile, back on the court, John, what do you think of the match?
Well, it's been a very difficult match for both players. So I've been watching on TV, and it seems to me that neither have been played up to their potential. And it's one of those matches where I think the winner is going to gain a lot because he hasn't. They don't look like they played particularly well here. today, and they've acted like they haven't.
Now the pressure squarely on Krajicek. Edberg has won the last 2 games.
Well, a shot that made Guillermo Vilas famous. For 6'4", this guy's got great athleticism. Look at this snapped overhead on the backhand side. Notice how it's all with the wrist. It's the racket up high.
It's really surprising, Leaf, to see that and have him the previous game when he served not go for that overhead at 30-40 and let that one drop for a break.
John had been guessing right most of the afternoon, but that time, that ball was a foot in.
I really thought he was going to take a swing at that, and as you've seen in the match, they both had a lot of opportunities to break, an unusually high amount, and Krajicek's first serve percentage at only 47%. He needs to get up a little bit higher if he wanted to really go on a lot farther in this tournament.
It's a fault. 125 on the IBM speed gun. So Krajicek holds his serve. We're even at 4-all.
As I'm sure you can attest, generally when you go through winning a slam, you're going to have 1 or 2 matches where you're not at your best, but somehow you have to raise your level of play and come through.
John Krajicek said that he attended a clinic that you conducted when he was 9 years old, and for a long time had a poster of you hanging over his bed.
Did he say whether or not he threw darts at it, or?
No, but you have been replaced.
Really? Who replaced me?
Well, a different sex, I believe, is what I heard. 4-all.
I think as people have seen in this match, Krajicek is much more dangerous off the forehand side. There he got lucky to get another chance. Stefan should have put that volley away. Here's the lunge here and the reaction right afterwards. Have seemed so frustrated for most of this match. Krajicek's probably set a Guinness Book World Records for shaking his head in a match, I think, and still being in it.
Yeah, they're both going to need chiropractic care at the end of this. I saw Stefan looking over at Tony Picard doing the same thing. Both players have been very up and down.
15-30. There's Tony Picard.
Now, when you play a Stefan Edberg in a situation like this, you're really looking for that ball coming in. If you're a right-hander, coming in high to the backhand in the situation. Really his bread and butter play. But again, that's into Krajicek's strength. Let's see what Krajicek does with this one.
Krajicek's been trying to go down the line on that backhand a lot off the return. He should try to whip it cross court to give him more margin for error. Or hope that he double faults, which is even better.
13th double fault.
Well, I don't feel as bad now. I served 8 double faults against Jim Courier yesterday, so the fact that Stefan Edberg, who's the #2 player in the world, can serve 13 makes me not look so bad.
You talked about the frustration. That has been a big part of Edberg's frustration.
And look at that, 13 doubles.
Now facing double break point. 4 hours and 11 minutes in duration, the longest match thus far at the Open. Lindell and Jaime Izaga, 4 hours and 23 minutes.
And that did not miss by much. Well, it's a game of inches. Certainly applies here. And you can see Edberg also points his racket saying, hey, that's out. That's out.
You play for 4 hours and 10 minutes, and you miss a shot by a half of an inch to go up a break in the 5th set and serve for the match. I don't think people realize how much of a game of inches it really is.
See him looking at Tony Picard. Come on, come on.
What Edberg's done well in this last game is try to go behind Krajicek. He knows Krajicek's quite tall and doesn't move quite as well coming back, and that was a great play at that point.
Starting to kick up a little bit on a muggy day here at the National Tennis Center. Oh, that's just out. Edberg saves 2 break points. 5-4, we're in the 5th. We are at 4-5 in the 5th. Richard Krajicek, Stefan Edberg.
What I've also noticed about this match, Bill, is the big discrepancy between Krajicek's first serve and second serve about how hard he's hitting it. He's hitting 110 to 125 the first serve and way down to 80, 85 in the second. That just shows you how tense he is and how big a moment this is for him. Because he's a fantastic server.
This might be the biggest service game of his career. Oh, that is just out. Look by Edberg, but he knows it was wide.
Normally when he's on the tour, he's serving a lot closer his first and second serves. But he got away with 2 second serves there, so.
Suddenly it's not quite as easy to get down to those volleys after 4 hours and 16 minutes. You see that second serve, 79 miles an hour.
That's how hard Leaf and I hit our second serves.
Out. Having a word with Sultan Ganji, but a brief word. Krajicek's service percentage, 36% in this set.
second serve that Edberg gets a shot at. Hits a great return. Krajicek stabs at it, but Edberg's just too quick for him up in net.
Yeah, I think when they get in that close contact, you got to give the edge to Edberg.
And he's ready to finish this match right now, Edberg. What I think Krajicek needs to do now is to try to take a little bit off the first serve, make sure he gets it into Edberg's forehand. For some reason, he's been serving an awful lot to his backhand in this match, and everyone knows Edberg's backhand's better than his forehand.
That's wide. From Stefan Edberg. He has survived, and that's the only word to use. Stefan Edberg through to the quarterfinals. And he will play either Ivan Lendl or Boris Becker. 5 sets here at the Open. And we'll be back in a moment. And that's the story. Stefan Edberg, 6-4 in the 5th. And John McEnroe, considering that now Stefan Edberg has to play either Lendl or Becker, is it a good thing to have a match like this or not too good a thing?
Well, obviously Stefan Edberg is breathing a huge sigh of relief right now. He fought hard. I think he showed champion's quality and coming out ahead in this match. Richard Krajicek hopefully will learn from this experience. For example, on match point, letting someone who yelled in the crowd, let that affect his volley. That was a big mistake to make, obviously a huge mistake at that point. But as far as the next match against the winner of Becker and Lendl, I personally think it's going to help him. I think he's going to loosen up a little from this experience, and he's going to go out there looser, and he knows what he's got to do against either Boris or Ivan. And I think he's going to play far better in the quarterfinals than he did today.
Yeah, I think everybody got his chances today, and then the other took over a little bit in the first set. He was a break-up, and then I was suddenly 4-3, love 40, and then second set he was playing actually better, and I won it. And third set he killed me, and fourth set he was like break up again, and then I won like 6 games in a row. I was playing really well, and I just couldn't keep it going at the end.
You have such a terrific first serve. It's really, the biggest delivery in the men's game. How do you vary it now? It seems like you're mixing it up pretty well. And how did you use it against Edberg today?
Well, I try to mix it up a lot, and just to keep the guys guessing, but I didn't get too many first serves, and that was a little bit of a problem today. I think that's one of the reasons why I lost. I just didn't win my serve easy. I always had to struggle and battle, and yeah, actually only 5-3 to 6-3 in the fourth set was the only easy service games I had in the whole match, I think.
John McEnroe came up in the booth, and he was mentioning how in pressure situations he liked to go to Edberg's forehand. It seemed that on the big points you were going to his backhand. Were you thinking about going into his forehand more?
Yeah, normally everybody does, and I would want to do it also, but because my serve I didn't feel too comfortable, so I just went to my favorite side, and that's just the kick on the backhand. And I think sometimes you shouldn't do too much what the opponent doesn't like. You should do also what you like yourself.
What's it going to take as a player for you? What do you need to improve on to win a match like this and maybe win a slam?
I don't know. I think I still have to get physically stronger. That's for sure. My footwork has to improve. I feel pretty good after today physically, but still I could be a little bit faster and around the court, and that's I think the most important thing. And yeah, what I was happy. I don't know how you can be happy after a match like this, but that at 4-0, I went for my shots at the break points, and I just forehand went just out, and he had some good points. So that's something to be for me to be happy about, because normally I used to play a little bit safe, and now I really went for it. So that was good thing what happened today, but the rest is like awful, actually.
Well, the finish may not have been what you wanted, but you should be proud of your play today. You played terrific. What about your call for the rest of the tournament? Who are you picking to come through?
Well, I have to say Jim is hitting the ball unbelievable hard. I mean, against John, it was a joke. He was serving well, hitting the ball well, and so at the moment I think Jim looks the best for me. And the rest, I don't know that well. I mean, Stefan, I mean, I played him myself now, and I don't know how well I'm playing, so I don't know how well he's actually playing, so it's difficult for me to say, but I think Stefan has to, for sure, play a little bit better than he played against me to beat Jim. Maybe he can beat the other guys, but to beat Jim, you have to play a little bit better, I think.
Okay, well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. I'm sure you'll be back here with a Grand Slam on your mind. Stefan Edberg, congratulations. What a tough match it was out there.
It ended up being a very, very tough match, and, you know, it was a struggle all the way through, I thought.
Well, you seemed to get the momentum at 2-1, and then you lost it again in the fourth. What was going through your mind out there?
Well, there was a lot of things, because I had chances in the second set. I had 6-4 in the tiebreaker. Okay, I lost that set. Won third set pretty comfortable. Then I broke him to go 3-2, and then suddenly I lost 4 straight games, and I suddenly faced being down a break in the fifth set. And but then I found the momentum again, and you know, I picked up my game, and it was a tough fight out there.
Well, at 3-2 in the fifth, you got a break point, and we have that on tape, and we want to just take a look at that. What was going through your mind at this time when you put in that big serve? Were you expecting it to come to the backhand?
I think it was just a reflex. I mean, I had a bit of luck on that one, because it wasn't, you know, I hit it over the net, and I had no idea where the ball was going, but it went in nicely.
What is that like, facing a guy like that who's throwing in that big serve like that? It must be frustrating at times when you get to a break point and he throws in the big one.
Yeah, it is, especially if you have your chances and he blows these big ones. But I read his serve pretty well today. I felt pretty comfortable, and whenever I had a second serve, I took my chances. But, you know, it's frustrating sometimes, but you just gotta have to face it.
What about your own serve? A surprising number of double faults from someone who serves so well.
Yeah, I think I have to go a little bit more for my second serves, especially against Richard, and you know, a little bit in the wind, a little bit of tension, and it's not so easy to hit that second serve.
Oh, you came through. Well, what about your next matchup? Boris Becker and Ivan Lendl. Who do you think is going to come through there?
Well, I would say Boris is the favorite because I don't think Ivan has beaten him for many, many times, and but you never know. You know, if Ivan plays well, he definitely has got a good chance.
Can you win this tournament playing like you did today?
I still have to play a bit better, I think.